When we go out and see a customer, what we really look at, not just the connectivity, but we look at all of their business processes. Obviously, connectivity is quite important to them because that's what we've gone into to look at as a business. But we look at their efficiencies within the business in terms of their comms and IT. So we look at their telephone lines, their phone bill, and in this case, they might have a number of different providers. What we want to do is we want to get them, consolidate all of them into one, so we can provide one platform, one connection, and they can carry all these services on this link that we provide to the rest of the world. Also, it can be, and what we do then is we actually manage that for them. So there's one point of contact for them to call. So if there's a fault or there's an issue with that, then they make one telephone call, and we help them to sort that out. I think the other change I will see probably in the next 6 to 12 months really is video conferencing, because obviously on your desktop now, because you're sharing, and if you're using SharePoint or Office 365, you can share documents, and you can use video. You can have a virtual conference where you'll be able to do a video. And I think these, obviously, the FTSE 500 companies are using that already. Okay, but it's coming down to a smaller level, or smaller businesses, because they can afford it. It's free once you're connected to the internet, and you're on Office 365 or SharePoint. Then that facility is free of charge, part of the package. And I think people are quite convinced that once they've got that technology, they'll be using it for video conferencing, and that's where you need the bandwidth. So remote workers, they can have a conference and they don't have to travel to the office. Well, if you look at our own businesses, we've had a change where I didn't really believe in home workers. But in the last probably 2-3 years, we've got one engineer working from home as a service. He works 2 days from home. We've got an accounts lady that works full time from home. We only see her once every 3-4 months. And when she goes on a holiday, to Malta, she goes there for 3 months and she's working from there. And we've got another, a billing type person who does our billing. He works for 4 days a week from home. So I've seen a change where in my business, it really is, they're at the end, they're part of the system. I dial an extension number. If I want to do a conference, I can do on my phone system. I can do a video conference. As long as they obviously have a camera, then we can do a video call. So I think home work is quite important. And also, when we had bad weather in the last couple of years, people can't travel to the office, especially in a service industry. Then they just log on to their broadband into the office, and they're part of the part virtual office. So I think home worker is a growing environment, and I think that's where the market is headed. A lot of businesses, shied away having wireless because they think that other people can log on and get into their system. So what we do is that the technology that we use is that we actually divide their secure connection. So people for businesses that you use, and then we can provide a connection for Joe Public, and we can manage the bandwidth. So a typical example would be say a sports center or a shopping mall, that they want to be able to somebody to come in, they can log on free of charge onto the wireless connection. They put their username and password in. They have to put certain things in, like their email address, their contact name. So they're collecting that data, and they're building a profile among customers. How many times they come into the sports center or into a shopping mall. What type of things they buy. So they can use that data, to do their marketing. In a sports center, they can see how many visitors they're getting, how many people are coming in using their membership. If they are using their membership, then they can email them to say, look, you haven't used it for the last 6 months, because obviously eventually they'll cancel, and they don't want people to cancel that. So they're being proactive in terms of managing their membership. So that's a typical example that where wireless can be quite effective way of managing their customers. Well, I can tell you in probably 3 years to 5 years time, is that in terms of when we carry a laptop or a device that is connected to the internet, everything will be hosted. So you'll boot up a portable device, an iPad or a Surface Pro 3 or Pro 7 then, and everything will be hosted. All your documents will be hosted. You'll have a USB handset or a mic, a Bluetooth headset, and you'll be able to connect your voice and data, and you can travel anywhere, and you'll be connected to this virtual office that you've got. Yeah, and your laptop PC will be just a dumb terminal, because everything will be done online.